Now that you know your Pythagoras theorem, let's attempt to solve some questions now that will bring clarity. Now, we're going to be using a right angle triangle ABC. Now, for this example, our AB is 3 centimeters. Our BC is 4 centimeters. And our AC is X centimeters. In other words, X is a variable here. X is unknown. X is what we're going to be looking for. So in other words, we are finding X. We already know that one side is 3 centimeters and the other side is 4 centimeters. So let's dive right in. Here we go. Okay, so to find X, don't forget, please don't forget that I said the longest side, which is the hypotenuse, in this case, X, the longest side, the square of the longest side is equivalent to the sum of the squares of the other sides of the right angle triangle. Now, in this case, you're going to be having X squared is equal to 3 squared plus 4 squared. That's the first step you're going to take. So you have X squared is equal to 3 squared plus 4 squared. The next thing you need to do here is to find the square root of both sides of the equation. It's important. Now in mathematics, when you're having that sign of equality, you just have to try as much as possible to do a basic operation on both sides, the same thing. If whatever you are doing on the left hand side of your equation, you must do to the right hand side of your equation. So in this case, what we are introducing is the square root sign. Now the square root is going to appear at the right hand side as well as the left hand side. Now we have our X squared at our left hand side, and then we have 3 squared plus 4 squared at our right hand side. So now we're now going to be finding the square root of both sides, because whatever you do to the left hand side of the equation, you have to do to the right hand side of the equation. Otherwise, that sign of equality, which shows that balancing, it can't work. It's not possible for you to actually do anything in mathematics without balancing it. So if you do anything on the left hand side, you have to do it the same on the what? Right hand side. So in this case, we're introducing the square root sign. Now the square root is going to cancel out the square at the left hand side, and the square root sign is going to remain at the right hand side. In this case, you have X squared, which is equal to 3 squared plus 4 squared, will now be the root of X squared is equal to 3 squared plus 4 squared. That's the root of 3 squared plus 4 squared at the right hand side. The square root is going to cancel the square. At the left hand side, you're now going to be left with what? X. But the root is going to remain at the right hand side. Now you're going to be having 3 squared plus 4 squared, and there's going to be a root just over it. All right? Now it's good for you to note your squares. All right? What I mean, you are supposed to know your 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square. We're going to look at a table in another class. All right? So 3 square already means 3 times 3. It means you're going to multiply 3 by 3. Now, if you do that correctly, you're going to get 9. Now, 4 square means 4 times 4. If you do that correctly, you're going to get 16. Now, 16 plus 9 is going to give you 25. And the root of 25 is 5. Now, your X will now be equivalent to what? 5 centimeters. So it means that The hypotenuse of this particular right angle triangle is 5 centimeters. Remember, I told you that it is actually the longest side of the right angle triangle. So we've been able to get 5, which is bigger than 3 on 4, which proves correctly that the hypotenuse is actually the longest side of our right angle triangle. Simple! So there you go. So our x is what? 5 centimeters.